back with another episode of Unlocking Huntington Beach. What's going on? My name is Lane Stone, and we have a 4th of July celebration special for you today. It is my favorite day of the year for Huntington Beach, and why not do a podcast, a YouTube video, however you're watching this media, all about Huntington Beach 4th of July. Let's get into it. So every city has a 4th of July, but there's only one Huntington Beach 4th of July. 500,000 people, the largest Independence Day parade west of the Mississippi, fireworks shot directly off the pier over the Pacific Ocean, hundreds of bonfire pits lit up all along the beach, and a community that has been doing this without missing a single year since 1904. Again, my name is Lane Stone with Unlocking Huntington Beach. I've been in the city for more than 35 years, and I can tell you honestly, this is the best single day of the year. But if you've never done it before, or if you've done it but want different ideas, this video is for you. I'm going to walk you through the whole day, hour by hour, what to do, where to be, what to skip, and the local secrets that make the difference between a frustrating day and one that you can talk about all year long. First, let me just put this in perspective for anyone who hasn't experienced it. The Huntington Beach 4th of July has been running continuously since 1904, and that's 122 years this year. It started as a celebration of the first electrical passenger train connecting HB to Los Angeles, and it drew 50,000 people on day one. Today, it draws more than 500,000 over the course of the day. This isn't a local block party that got big. This is one of the premier Independence Day events in the entire country, and it happens right here on Main Street in PCH. The event has a 5K race that yours truly participates in every year. There's also a parade itself, a block party, concerts at Pier Plaza, and fireworks launched directly off the Huntington Beach Pier over the ocean at 9 p.m. The whole day is essentially one long rolling celebration, and if you play it right, you can catch every single part of it. So let's break it all down. All right. If you want to start your 4th of July with some exercise like I do before the eating and the celebrating begins, the Surf City 5K is a great way to do it. The run kicks off at 7 a.m. for locals on July 4th from Worthy Park at 17th and Main. The course runs along PCH and Main Street, which means you're literally running through the parade route, sometimes with a small supporting crowd. It's a fun experience, and the energy on race morning in Huntington Beach is electric. There are two heats. The HB residents run at 7 a.m. and the open run at 8 a.m. You'll need to register in advance because it fills up, so don't wait on it if this is something you want to do. My honest take, if you're not a runner, skip it. Use the early morning for what really matters, which I'll get into a minute. But if you're someone who runs anyways and wants to make the morning memorable, the 5K is really fun and completely worth it. Okay, the main event, at least for the morning, the 122nd Annual Huntington Beach Independence Day Parade. This parade is 2 miles long, runs for about 2 hours, and features over 150 groups, from marching bands, floats, military veterans, elected officials, community organizers, horses, classic cars, celebrities, the works. This year's Grand Marshal is radio legend Tim Conway Jr. from KFI 640. You have surfing pioneer Peter P.T. Townend is a featured guest, and Olympic gold medalist Amanda Freed Kochka is also in the lineup. It starts at 10 a.m. on Pacific Coast Highway at 9th Street, travels down Main Street, goes through downtown, and ends just past Yorktown Avenue. The whole thing is televised live on KABC Channel 7. Now here's the local guide part. Where you watch this parade matters tremendously. The stretch of PCH between 8th and Main Street is prime real estate. That's where the parade kicks off, and the energy is at its highest. The commercial area on Main Street near PCH is excellent for the floats and bands. Lake Park on Main Street is a great option if you want a more relaxed viewing spot with more space and don't really want to stake out a spot. If you want premium bleacher seating right at the Main and PCH intersection, you can buy tickets around $27 per person at hb4thofjuly.org. Here's the thing that separates locals from first-timers. Good spots along this parade route are claimed the night before. I'm not exaggerating. People put down chairs and blankets on July 3rd to hold their spot for July 4th. If you want a prime viewing spot, you either get there by 5 a.m. on the 4th or set up the night before, but chances are it's all going to be gone on the 4th. One more thing, PCH closes from Golden West to Beach Boulevard starting at 5 a.m. on July 4th. Plan all your movement around that closure. It affects everything. After the parade winds down, usually around noon, the party moves to two places, the block party on Main Street and the Pier Plaza Festival right next to the pier. The block party on Main Street is exactly what it sounds like. You've got local vendors lining the street. There's food everywhere. The bars and restaurants open their doors wide, and the whole strip has a festival energy that carries through the afternoon. This is a great time to grab lunch, walk around, and soak in the HB community vibe. The Main Street Block Party also has a ticketed component, around $15 online, and that gets you access to the live band stages and some of the organized entertainment. It kicks off around 5 p.m. and runs through 9 p.m. Honestly, even if you don't buy a ticket, just being on Main Street in the afternoon is an experience. Pier Plaza, right at the base of the pier, is the other hub. More vendors, live entertainment, and a front row view of where the fireworks will launch from later. This area gets extremely crowded by late afternoon, so if you want a good spot near the pier for the evening, start positioning yourself by around 5 or 6 p.m. And so many residents throw house parties, so just by walking the numbered streets in downtown Huntington Beach, you'll probably run into a friendly face inviting you to join in on the festivities. All right, now let's talk about the fireworks. And I want to spend a little extra time here because there are real decisions you're going to have to make. Fireworks over the pier at 9 p.m. launch directly over the Pacific Ocean. If you've never seen fireworks over the ocean at night, let me say it's incredible. The reflection on the water, the sound carrying over the beach, the scale of it with 500,000 people watching, it's absolutely extraordinary. Now here's how viewing works. Option 1, the beach. It's free. The entire beach north and south of the pier is open to the public for free fireworks viewing. This is great. You don't need to spend a dime to have an excellent view. Bring a blanket, stake out a spot on the sand, and watch from the beach. The catch? The beach does fill up fast. Be in position by 6 p.m. at the latest if you want a decent position. Option 2, pier tickets. They're paid. If you want to be on the pier itself for the fireworks, there are 2 ticket tiers. Early entry, around $42, gets you pier access starting at 7 p.m. General admission is roughly $30 and gets you in at 7:30. The pier closes to the public entirely at 5 p.m. before ticket holders arrive, so these are the only way to be on the pier during the show. Tickets sell out. Buy them in advance at hb4thjuly.org. Option 3, hotel and balcony or restaurant. If you want comfort over crowds, book a room or a table at one of the oceanfront hotels along PCH, the Kimpton Shorebreak, Paseo Hotel, the Waterfront Beach Resort, or the Hyatt Regency. Pacific Hideaway at the Shorebreak has outdoor tables with a direct view. This is the premium experience and it books months out. If you're a first timer and you want the full experience, pay the $32 for a pier general admission ticket. Watching fireworks launch from 20 feet away over the Pacific Ocean is something you do at least once in your life. After that, the free beach option is perfectly fine every year. One thing locals know, don't park close to the pier if you want to leave anywhere quickly after the fireworks. The traffic after the show is serious, but we'll have more on that in a minute. Now let's talk about something that truly makes the Huntington Beach 4th of July different from almost anywhere else, the bonfire pits. Huntington Beach has more than 500 fire rings spaced across 3 beaches, Huntington City Beach, Huntington State Beach, and Bolsa Chica State Beach. On the 4th of July, those pits are the hottest commodity in Orange County. Literally. See what I did there? Here's what you need to know, though. Rule 1 when it comes to the fire pits. They're first come, first served. There's no reservations for the standard fire rings on the 4th. It's whoever gets there first. People start lining up and claiming pits before 6 a.m. I've seen people there at 5 a.m., which is the earliest you're legally allowed to be on the beach and set up per the city's beach curfew rules. Now, rule number 2 for the fire pits, location strategy matters. The pits nearest to the pier on Huntington City Beach get claimed fastest because of the fireworks view. If you head slightly south toward Huntington State Beach, you'll find more pits with a bit more breathing room and still a great view of the fireworks. Now, Bolsa Chica State Beach is the least crowded and has a completely different, quieter vibe. Great if you want a bonfire without the main event chaos. Now, rule 3, budget for parking. Huntington State Beach charges $15 for parking normally, but on the 4th of July, they bump it to more than $20. City Beach lots along PCH also run $30 plus on the 4th. If you're claiming a bonfire pit, you'll want to drive and stay all day, so factor that in. Now, rule 4 for the bonfire pits. Bring the right stuff. Firewood is a must. Most people bring a bundle or 2 from home, and also bring food for the grill, blankets for later in the evening when the ocean breeze kicks in, and trash bags. We want to keep it clean out there. The bonfire experience, while you're watching fireworks from the sand with your own fire going, is the version of this day that HB residents absolutely love. It's worth the 5 a.m. alarm. Trust me, it's just one day of the year. You can do it. Parking. I'm going to give you the local playbook because this is where people get destroyed on the 4th of July. First, PCH is closed from 5 a.m. The stretch from Golden West to Beach Boulevard is fully closed on the 4th. Plan all your approach routes around this. If you're driving in from the north, come in via Golden West or just before you hit Golden West. From the south, enter before you get to Beach Boulevard. The best parking options, the downtown parking structure on 3rd Street between Walnut and Olive. This is a solid central option. It opens at 5 a.m. and runs for about $30 cash on the 4th of July. You want to get there early. The Strand parking structure at 146 6th Street is another good option close to the action. State Beach lots, Huntington State Beach and Bolsa Chica are about $20 on the 4th, and it's good if you're more bonfire focused. Now the local move. Park further away from the pier, like even closer to Mesa Verde, the inland neighborhoods, east of Beach Boulevard, and bike or walk in. The city runs a free bike valet on 5th Street in downtown, which means you can ride in, drop your bike securely, and walk to everything without having to worry about it. And then for leaving, don't expect a quick exit if you're parked near the pier after the fireworks. The streets around downtown are gridlocked for an hour or more after the show ends. Build that into your plan or just hang out at the beach until the traffic clears, which honestly isn't the worst outcome. All right, let me pull this all together for you in what I'd like to call the perfect Huntington Beach 4th of July, hour by hour. So let's start at 7 a.m. on July 3rd. If you want to secure a spot for the parade, this is the time to do it. Now let's move on to the 4th. Let's start at 5 a.m. If you're doing bonfires, this is your alarm. Head to the beach and claim your fire ring before the sun comes up. You want to bring your firewood and breakfast food. Now for 7 a.m., if you're running the Surf City 5K like I do, you're going to go to Worthy Park on 17th and Main. If not, this is a good time to get in position along the parade route with some coffee and breakfast, especially from a local spot. We recommend the Corner Market, which is typically open on the 4th of July, or the Kiwanis are doing their traditional pancake breakfast this year at Lake Park, something that I like to do every year. $10 will get you eggs, pancakes, and sausage, and it goes to a good cause. At 10 a.m., the 122nd annual parade begins on PCH. 2 hours, 2 miles, 150 groups. You're going to enjoy it. This is one of the best parades in the country. Then comes noontime. The parade wraps. You're going to head to Main Street for the block party. You're going to grab lunch, walk the vendors, explore downtown. Now from 2 to 5 p.m., this is your flex window. Explore the Pier Plaza. Grab a drink on Main Street. If you claimed a bonfire pit, check back in with your crew on the beach. This is also a good time to rest before the evening push. Now 5 p.m. If you bought pier tickets, entry begins around this time and the pier closes to the public. Start positioning near the pier or on the beach if you're doing free viewing. The block party entertainment also kicks into gear at this time. Now 6 p.m. rolls on. You're going to want to be on the sand at your viewing spot by now. And if you want good real estate for fireworks, head to the beach at this time. From 7 to 9 p.m., live bands at the block party, the beach fills in, bonfires start glowing, the energy builds towards the fireworks, and then at 9 p.m., it's firework time. Fireworks are going to launch off the pier over the Pacific Ocean. It's the best 20 minutes of the year. 9:20 p.m. and onward, if you drove, consider waiting out the traffic on the beach. It clears within about 45 minutes to an hour. Then you're going to head home. That's the day. I know it sounds like a lot, and it is, but it's also one of those days where you don't need to do everything. Pick your anchors, parade, fireworks, bonfire, build around them. Any combination is a great day. Again, this is my favorite day of the entire year. The Huntington Beach 4th of July is just one of those things that reminds you why people fight so hard to live here. I appreciate having gone to the 4th of July parade for 35 plus years and counting. It's been going since 1904. It survived every hard year this country has faced. And every July 4th, 500,000 people show up on this beach and this main street and celebrate together. Locals and visitors, families and friends, people who grew up here and people who just moved here last month. If you're visiting Huntington Beach for the first time on the 4th, welcome. I hope this video helps make the most of your day. It is an incredible day for Huntington Beach. And if you're watching this and thinking, I want this to be my community, I get it completely. Reach out. Again, my name is Lane Stone. I'm with Unlocking Huntington Beach. Drop your questions in the comments below. Subscribe for more local guides. Find us on Instagram at UnlockingHB. And I'll leave you with this like I do each and every week. Do good. Huntington Beach deserves it. Happy 4th.